right now, as a United fan, do you feel like it's time for Solskjaer to move on, and it's time for the club to move on from him?
Well, the feeling that I have personally is I can't deal with the revolving door with managers that's happening. I just want someone to just play the football to keep the fans happy. It's not about top four anymore. Just if you can put that mentality into place to play properly, which he has not done when the time comes, like when he really needs them to push the players, change of tactics, being strong with them. Like, take Pogba off. Pogba's start of the season has been bad. He's not up to his full form. Keep him out. Maguire is fucking up. Keep him on the bench. Like, if he's a captain, strip him of captaincy. Like, if De Gea is not performing well, switch him with Henderson. That's the whole reason we've kept Henderson back this year and we've given him a new contract. He needs to make those tough decisions. If he doesn't do those tough decisions, I don't see him succeeding as a manager of United yet.
Yeah,
I think there I have to defend like Ole a bit because like when players come with such hefty price tags like Maguire, Pogba. I mean, De Gea, like maybe he could have subbed him, but they didn't have Dean Henderson last season, right? He was at Sheffield. So I'm saying these two players, and if imagine he didn't play Pogba, he didn't play Maguire, and they still lost. Can you imagine the pundits that time? They would have slated him. They would be like, you bought a defender worth 80 million, you didn't play him. That's the reason why he lost.
I can understand the maths around it, but my main question was around Solskjaer. And do you think he is still the man to take United ahead?
I mean, every time we do bad, I keep thinking we have someone like Poch who's there, who can build a team, who has done it with Tottenham, who's done it under budget, who's done such excellent man management. Just, you don't have to give him a 5-year contract. Just give him a 2-year contract and see what he does in the 2 years. You'll give Solskjaer a 3-year contract based on one match, while he had a 6 or 10 month caretaker contract. As much as I wouldn't want to see Ole get sacked, if it has to come to it, it has to come to it. They need to tell him, like, listen, you need to start being, I wouldn't say ruthless, but like the hairdryer treatment that Ferguson used to do, he needs to start doing something like, or whatever treatment he does with the players, because while Poch is available and United, I feel that United don't give him a chance now, then later on we'll be like, oh, Ole is not doing well now. When there was Poch, we didn't try to get him, and whatever.
Precisely what we're
So,
talking about.
so building on that Poch was available part, Nash, do you want to say what you said this morning?
Yeah, so like I want to start off with, first of all, I think that the board don't want to get rid of Ole precisely because he's not like Ferguson. Like let me explain. If Ferguson was at the club right now, he wouldn't have taken on all this bullshit being done by Ed Woodward and the board. But Ole is a yes man. Like you can.
Ole is a yes man. He's a puppet. He's literally becoming
exactly.
a
That's
puppet
what they want.
Right now.
Like he'll never say, like 2 weeks back I sent you the article saying that he said Manchester United's transfer process works.
Yeah.
How do you say that?
On BBC.
After
it came out on
having
BBC.
the most embarrassing transfer window of, like, at least from what I've seen the club's history, whatever history that I've seen of Manchester United. I think that the board, like, they don't want someone like Mourinho or take any top manager in the world. They have this personality, like when things are wrong, they will come out and they'll say what they feel. But I think with Ole, like they're thinking of it like, like a very business sort of thing, where they don't want the board, like the blame to come on the board of directors, on anything internal.
It's very Wenger like that. Like
yes,
when he was
it's very commercial, as they say. They want to keep that commercial stature, because it's about not the football end game, it's about the business end game. How
Like
are they
for
going
me,
to make as much from it?
For me, the most frustrating thing is like seeing Manchester United just run after Sancho when their team doesn't need a Sancho. They need defenders. Their team is crying for defenders.
But now they have Telash, who will replace, I imagine, Luke Shaw.
I think the one player who they needed, and I don't know, like from the sound of all the reports that I've read, they were not even in for that player, is
Upamecano.
Yeah, Upamecano. He would be the perfect signing. If Ole signed Upamecano and another defender in place of Luke Shaw and use Luke Shaw as backup, they would be a much better team than if you put two Sanchos in there.
So the reason they did not sign Upamecano is because if they signed him this summer, they would have to pay 60 million. Whereas if they waited for next summer, he would be on his 2-year contract, and they can pay 40 million for him.
But next summer, you think other clubs are just going to wait?
Exactly. This
City,
is the same issue that came up with Sancho.
Yeah, I've just seen rumors today that Liverpool are being linked with Upamecano and Sancho now.
I feel like City will get him at some point. I just feel like that. But your
can't-
Poch point, dude, make your Poch point, Nash.
Yeah.
You're beating around the bush.
So this is my future, foresight. I feel United are just going to be circling around Poch like vultures. Pep is not going to extend his contract for City. From everything, from what I've seen, the way he is with this whole season, how they began, and it's usually when he goes through this similar period at other clubs where his last season he's going to seem kind of disinterested. I don't know if that's really a thing, but it's
This season he is definitely
yeah,
disinterested.
it feels like he doesn't want to
But
continue.
I don't know whether he's done that with his other clubs.
And
So
I feel
Pep is kind
if
of
that
going through a
happens,
Mourinho
if City
phase.
gets any indication that Pep is not going to sign, they are going to book Poch and keep him. And from everything that's going on at United with the management and that whole internal thing that's going on, it's a easy. If I was Poch, I would go for City any day. You just City, you just go and be like, I want that guy. They're done.